The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
Eight games down, one game to go at the 2026 First State Showcase. Inaugural edition of this event put on by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, hosted on the campus of the University of Delaware. And the host Delaware Blue Hens will take on the Colorado State University Rams in the finale of this 9-game weekend. James Weatherite joining you from the 412 Communications broadcast box atop the stands at Fred Rust Arena. And before we dig in on this final game of the weekend, a big shout out to everybody behind the scenes who helped make our coverage of this event happen all weekend long. Broadway Joe Sindoni and Trey Wright, our assistant producers. Mark McClure, our technical director over on Gold Arena. Evie Hill, Saunders Penn, Anthony Salvato, Eli Swope, and a host of others. Jordan Hirsch, who've all worked tirelessly behind the scenes to bring you this weekend's hockey here in the First State. And we're delighted that you've joined us all weekend long to the tune of 4,000 plus views through days 1 and 2, and more here as we bring the 2026 First State Showcase to its conclusion. Diving right into the 412 Communications line charts. Colorado State 1-1-0 on the weekend. They lost a heartbreaker to Stony Brook 3-2 on Friday. The Seawolves sealing victory there in the last 15 seconds. And then Colorado State pulling out victory over Villanova 2-1 yesterday to go 1-1. So far on the weekend. TJ Norris, Tyler Sleds, and Connor Schuckman. Schuckman, one of 2 goal scorers yesterday, will handle starting forward duty today. The big name to look for on the Colorado State lineup, Carrick Stevens, 21 points in 23 games played. Connor Pietrangelo with 17 points in the form of 8 goals and 9 assists. So some offensive productivity. Christian Collins also closing in on point-a-game territory. But we'll see some bottom 6 grinders get things going for the Rams. And Ethan Blackburn, who was valiant in defeat on Friday, getting the call between the pipes from Alex Latkovsky. Ethan 8-3-4 on the year with a .265 goals against average at a save percentage of .931. On the other side of the red line, Todd Middlemeyer's Delaware Blue Hens still looking for their first win this weekend. They lost to Grand Canyon 4-3 in overtime on Friday and then got caught flat-footed out of the gate yesterday, being upset 9-5 by John Carroll. Delaware's got to play a 60-minute game if they want to close out this weekend with a victory. Jacob Snellenberg called upon for the 3rd day in a row after coming in to relieve Tyler Rozelle late in the first period yesterday when Snellenberg was between the pipes. In Saturday's loss to John Carroll, the game was 4-3, advantage Delaware. So some cause for optimism there. Snellenberg 7-7-2 on the year with a .321 goals against average and a .902 save percentage. Thomas Weeks back in the lineup tonight, solid 200-foot player. He'll start alongside Jack Keller at the blue line. And the second line of Tommy Tracy, Leighton Bajsadecki, and Cody Diaz will handle starting forward duty. We're going to take a quick timeout here on the 412 and on the Delaware Hockey Network. Coverage from the First State Showcase, inaugural edition of this event, will continue in just a few moments. You're watching the Delaware Hockey Network on the 412, brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long. We'll see you in a couple minutes with today's opening introductions.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Delaware 11-11-3, looking to stay out of sub-500 territory. Colorado State 13-6-4, 1-1 on the weekend. Let's take you inside the glass and let's meet today's starting lineups. Hockey fans, good afternoon and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware for the final game of the inaugural First State Showcase, presented by the American Collegiate Hockey Association. This game pits the visiting Colorado State University Rams against your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Let's meet today's starting lineups. For the Colorado State Rams, coached by Alex Latkovsky. Starting in goal from Boulder, Colorado, number 31, Ethan Blackburn. On defense from Fort Collins, Colorado, number 8, Makai Mitchell. And from Steamboat Springs, Colorado, number 3, Angus Frithson. At left wing from Windsor, Colorado, number 11, Tyler Sleds. At right wing from Moville, Iowa, number 10, T.J. Norris. And starting at center from Portland, Oregon, number 21, Connor Schuckman. And now let's meet the starting six for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal from Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania, number 35, Jacob Snellenberg. On defense from Morris Plains, New Jersey, number 5, Jack Keller. And from Middletown, Delaware, number 8, Thomas Weeks. At left wing from Spring Lakes, New Jersey, number 29, Leighton Baisadecki. At right wing from Mount Airy, Maryland, number 28, Tommy Tracy. And starting at center from Foundry City, Neenah, Wisconsin, your captain, number 37, Cody Diaz. Your Blue Hens are coached by Todd Middlemeyer, Jason Bange, Dominic Lignelli, and Mark Zezut, assisted by Operations Manager Ellie Bates. The on-ice officials for this afternoon's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Charlie Van Kula and Tony the Management Armetta. The linespeople are Chris Boyle and Sam Skripko. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice as we honor the United States of America and those entrusted with the defense of this nation and the ideals upon which it was built with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Go time in the first state for the final game of this weekend's showcase festivities. Todd Mittelmeyer at the helm of this Delaware team. Greeted by the officials and the Blue Hens, clad in their home white kits. Moving left to right in opening period play. Backstopped, as mentioned earlier, by Jacob Snellenberg. Colorado State in their away greens. Moving from right to left. As we prepare for the opening face-off, and it will be Sam Skripko to drop the puck on Sunday afternoon hockey here at Fred Rust Arena. Diaz and Schuckman set to go. Puck is down, and they're off. Hens break aggressively into the Colorado State zone off the opening draw by Sadecki. Gives the puck up in the near corner where it's held by Sleds. This is cleared by Norris. Back it comes across to Norris near side, delayed penalty. Just 24 seconds in as Snellenberg makes the save. And let's see what we've got from Charlie Van Kula. Interference, the call against Sadecki. And the Hens are on the PK on just the first shift of the game. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 29, Leighton Sadecki. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 24 seconds in the first period. Sadecki, 2 for interference at 24 seconds. Working back behind the net, Mackay Mitchell carries this up the middle of his own zone. And Riley Hunt Bond gains center before carrying the puck deep into the Delaware end. Panapresso failed to clear it. And this scoots back deep into the Colorado State end, where again Mitchell works his way up to red before floating the puck diagonally into the near corner. It's chased down by Carrick Stevens. Burke tries to take it away. This centered. Robert Grasso couldn't jam it in net front. Save made by Snellenberg. He's got 2 in the first 90 seconds of action after making that save 24 seconds in to force play to a halt and bring about the Sadecki interference minor. Collins leaves this behind the cage to Angus Frithson. Frithson waiting. And he feeds the puck to his left in the accelerating Connor Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo's shot, stick save, Snellenberg, follow-up chance. Covered up and held by the Delaware netminder, a pair of rapid-fire saves in succession. Keeping the Rams scoreless. Watching it again there, the first stop on Pietrangelo, and Snellenberg came up key with the stop on the rebound to keep this game 0-0. Another 2-on-2 rapid-fire shot came from Aiden Von Felt from the far wall. Sticked away by Snellenberg. And the Blue Hens back to full strength, being caught on their heels early here in the first period on a weekend where early momentum has been a constant place of struggle. Boyd tried to stretch the puck ahead to Lowe. That pass didn't connect. Panapresso working back behind his cage. Hens muscle the puck up ice. DeBolt before heading off for a change. Worked it into the Colorado State zone. Fresh Blue Hens on. And TJ Norris floats this ahead in traffic to Sleds, but he's bothered in the far corner by Danny Berg. Ty Doan slapper near half wall. Ricochets behind the cage. Held in at the right point off the rebound by Neal and thrown in near side. Coughlin, the Albertan, failed to clear. Mahoney tries to push play into the neutral zone, but the puck comes right back into the Delaware end where Panapresso brought it down. Berg to Panapresso. This pass up the middle tipped by Mahoney as far as the Colorado State blue line where Cromwell turned the momentum from right to left in the Rams' favor. This is picked up by Vecchio. Advanced to Berg. Well executed dump and change for the Blue Hens. 5 skaters off, 5 new skaters on. 4 minutes into a scoreless hockey game. And a long shot held on to by Snellenberg with 4 minutes and 11 seconds behind us here in opening period action. Face-off came to the left of Snellenberg. And the Hens capitalize. Rush shot from Louis Mathieu Ruel, sharing a line today with kid brother Simon Olivier and Alex Infanger, the American center on this fourth combination. So the Quebecois and the Bay Stater. Simon keeps up the forechecking pressure while Louis and Alex head off. The big guns back on for the Blue Hens. Long shot from Frank goes into the back netting and out of play. Faceoff came just above the Delaware blue line as that shot was ruled directly over the glass. Centering feed intended for Pietrangelo from Hunt Bond. Resulted in a wide redirect. Follow-up chance didn't connect. Collins contested by Keller in the far corner. Emerging for the Hens and playing the puck out from behind his own net was Weeks, but he turned it over. Hunt Bond's shot from the left point held on to by Snellenberg, and he pauses the action with 14:37 to go in the first period of this 0-0 contest. 6 shots, all coming from Ram skaters. Face off to Snelly's right. Chance to bolt. In for the draw, and John Cronin chases down a loose puck at the far half boards. He lofts it high to center where Andrew Lowe tries to pick it up. Lowe contested by Colorado captain Ty Doan, and DeBolt works the puck in behind the cage. Now it's taken away by Von Felt and worked back up the near side. Cronin recovers at center. Blackburn out of the cage, shovels the puck up the far corner. And the Robert Grasso clearing attempt ends up in the rafters and out of play. Healthy crowd on hand here at Fred Rust Arena for day 3 of the First State Showcase. And what a fun weekend of hockey it's been. Featuring teams from all over the states, from Phoenix to Colorado to Cleveland to up and down the I-95 corridor. And it's been great to get a taste of some less familiar foes here all weekend long, and we hope it's been enjoyable for all of you joining us from home through the course of the past 2.5 days as well. $13:20 to go in this opening period of a scoreless hockey game. Snellenberg 9 for 9 between the pipes for Delaware. Infanger gains a loose puck. But these Hens are struggling to break free from an aggressive Colorado State forecheck. And this is going to come back in icing. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. And that's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The law office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. Schedule your free consultation. Call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. 12:40 to go in the first period of a scoreless hockey game. The Delaware Hockey Network brought to you all season long by the law office of Heather A. Long, our presenting partners here for the 2025-26 season. Louis-Mathieu Ruel failed on the wraparound opportunity. Working the puck away in the far corner was Collins. This now tied up to the right of Blackburn's office. Hunt Bond looking for space as Ruel and Collins continue to scrap. And Messrs. Van Kula and Armetta are going to say play on, boys. It's the 90s all over again. Snellenberg hugging that near post, denying Connor Pietrangelo. Tracy, touch pass to Boyd. Here he comes up the middle, long shot. That's into the glove of Ethan Blackburn. And play is halted with 11:38 to go. Here in the first period, no score as the Hens get their first shot on goal. Face off to Blackburn's left. And the Hens finally manufacturing an attacking zone chance, but the Keller shot from center point whistles well wide. Here's Frank in a one-on-one with Keller back in the Delaware side. Frank angled behind the cage. Puck tied up now by Feinberg and Diaz. Andor sets up the first goal of the afternoon. And for Ryan Andor, who had one yesterday, he gets his 11th of the year. Colorado State strikes first. Here it comes again, Ryan Andor. On the 10th Colorado State shot. Off the helper from Cole Frank. Draws first blood for the Rams. Colorado State goal, 11th of the season. Scored by number 23, Ryan Andor. Assisted by number 9, Cole Frank. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 53 seconds in the first period. Andor's 11th from Frank at 8:53. Burke stretch pass, tipped by Lowe beyond the center line. Recovering the puck for Colorado State. And working it up ice is Rudrow the other way. Snellenberg rings the puck to the far side. It's taken away from Vecchio. Gibbons protects for Delaware. Coughlin can't work it clear. Schuckman held the point. Stevens again behind the net. Gives it away to Vecchio. Vecchio attracts a crowd far side. Holding the point was Fritzson. Puck took a funny bounce back into the neutral zone. Coughlin gave it away to Mackay Mitchell. Cam Gibbons on his horse looking for some space. And this puck will be carried by Tanner Mahoney beyond his own line. And here comes Vecchio to Mahoney. Shot was high off the back glass as Mahoney was blocked off his feet. Vecchio slaps the puck in from distance and heads off for a change. The Rams' Mackay Mitchell plays a hard carom deep into the Delaware end. It's brought back by Infanger nearly to the blue line. Delayed offside against the tandem of Norris and Sleds. That gives Simon Ruel the opportunity to work the puck across ice to Keller, gaining the red line and floating the puck deep into the Colorado State zone. Colorado State with the early lead thanks to Ryan Andor's 11th goal of the season. Hens outshot 12-2. They've been outmanned in the early go. And this long chance from Keller made it on net. Blackburn had to make the play on the puck. So that will be registered as a shot on goal for the Blue Hens. Riley Hunt-Bond pinches past Keller up the left wing wall. He tried to take aim from an awkward angle, but rang one off the near post. Doan protects the point. He skips a shot in from distance. Snellenberg stick save, and Snellenberg comes up with a secondary chance off the rebound. Getting the last word with 8:12 to go in the first period. And his Delaware Blue Hens forced to play catch up again as the face-off comes to his right. Tracy leaves the puck for Danny Berg, who couldn't cleanly advance it to Bajsadecki. Panapresso. Advancing pass finds Tracy up the right wall. Here's a 2-on-2 if the Hens hurry. Tracy took aim from the top of the zone. Blackburn glove save. Brings action to a pause with 7:45 to go in the first period of this 1-0 contest. Rams up early on. Panapresso won the foot race back to his own blue line after the Colorado State faceoff win. Now Panapresso waiting for Lowe to get back on side before he drove the puck in deep behind the Colorado State goal. DeBolt tries to muscle his way free, but he blows a tire in the near corner. John Cronin bodied off the puck in the far corner. It's recovered by Feinberg for the Rams and chipped off the near glass by Fritzson, bobbled by Burke. Andor looking for another. Was caught up to by Boyd in the race for the puck. Here's Feinberg winding up from the top of the slot. Shot blocked in net front congestion. Trying to pitch it free was Andrew Lowe. And now Boyd's going to pull back after recovering the puck, and he leaves it to Burke in the near corner. 7 minutes minus a few seconds to go in opening period action. Hens dump and change. And Doan the other way. Was slowed up by the reaching stick of Vecchio on that failed Colorado State breakout. Coughlin lobs the puck in. It's held by Coughlin, crossing to the near side, I should say, to protect the zone for the Blue Hens. Looking to level the score as we work to the final 6 minutes and change of the first period. Neal to Von Felt. The management speaks. Tripping, says Tony Armetta. And with 6:10 to go in the first period, Doan goes off for 2 minutes of shame. And the Blue Hens head to their first Delaware Sports Medicine Power Play.com. Colorado State penalty. Assessed to number 4, Ty Doan, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes, 50 seconds in the first period. Doan, 2 for tripping at 13:50. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first period. Vecchio tries to pitch the puck free. He finally does. Weeks with space. Vecchio's shot was blocked. He gets the puck back. It's loose in front by Sadecki. Couldn't finish. He was wide from point-blank territory. Berg set up a Weeks one-timer, but he topped the puck at the top of the left circle, and this is floated clear far side by Schuckman back to center. Berg back at his own line, confronted by Norris. Skates a tight circle. Now Danny Berg accelerates up the right wing boards into Colorado State's end. 5 minutes to go in the first period. 50 seconds remaining on the man advantage. But the Blue Hens continue to trail the Rams 1-0. Diaz overshot Tracy on that failed breakout. Keller leaves the puck back for Boyd. Boyd across to Coughlin. Mahoney caught an edge awkwardly in the near corner, but Boyd protects the puck for the Hens. 20 to go on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play. Tommy Tracy, cross slot feed, and the shot from the opposite dot is caught and held by netminder Ethan Blackburn. Face off to Blackburn's right with 4 minutes and 23 seconds to go in this opening period. 13 to go on the Doan tripping minor. Fourth line on for Delaware in Fanger and the brothers Ruel. As Todd Mittelmeyer opts to put the energy line out and spell the scoring lines in hopes of keeping this attacking zone momentum going through to the end of the period and maximizing his chances for the equalizer. Keller drawn back into the neutral zone, gave the puck away to Doan right in front of the penalty box door. And this goes over the glass and out with 4:04 remaining in the first period. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, the law office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the recovery process. And here Chris Boyle will guide us through the resumption of play with a neutral zone faceoff coming just above the blue line. Of course, the law office of Heather A. Long, our presenting partners here on the Delaware Hockey Network. And we'll get to the intended late period ad read here at the next stoppage. So some extra pub for the people who keep the lights on. And a Cam Gibbons shot sails wide. Burke from the right point. Couldn't get through traffic. This puck is floated free by Cole Frank. Feinberg, bodied by Lowe into the Delaware bench area, does gain the Delaware line. Final 200 seconds of the first period, and John Cronin walks back up the left dots, had his first goal as a Blue Hen earlier in the weekend here. His chance for a second was denied by Blackburn. Doan off the feed from Andor. Sees his 2-on-2 zone entry ultimately broken up. Lowe fires a cross-ice pass just beyond the reach of Chance DeBolt. This puck pinballs across the neutral zone. DeBolt bats an airborne puck under shoulder height into the near corner of the Colorado State end. This is picked up by Carrick Stevens. Bajsadecki offers the forechecking resistance. And Berg able to hold the right point. Caroms the puck again, far side, where Tracy picks it up out of a battle. Penalty coming up against Colorado State. Holding the call here from Charlie Van Kula. Heading off for the hold was Mackay Mitchell. And back to the Delaware Sports Medicine power play. Go the Blue Hens. Colorado State penalty. Assessed to number 8, Mackay Mitchell, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 17 minutes, 48 seconds in the first period. Mitchell, 2 for holding at 17:48. Berg to Diaz. Berg just held the point. Austin Vecchio working behind the net, looking for space. This is flipped back to Berg via Diaz, working the near half boards. He's formed by Doan, but Berg protects the zone for Delaware. Inside the final 100 seconds of the first period, Berg faked the one-time slapper. This is left across by Bajsadecki from the top of the left circle, high and wide off the release. Berg back to Bajsadecki, head man to Diaz. He's formed top of the slot. Vecchio never saw that cross-slot feed from Weeks working down low. Final 75 in opening period play. Hens trying to carry some positive momentum into the dressing room and hopefully get rid of this Colorado State 1-0 lead. We've reached the final minute of opening period play. Fresh legs on all around. Big guns back on for Delaware. Tanner Mahoney got a backhand shot in from up close, but Blackburn slammed the door on him. And again, the Rams clear. Final 36 seconds. Jack Keller behind his own net. Advances the puck up the left wing boards to Cade Coughlin. He's pickpocketed at the blue line by Schuckman. Mahoney works his way in near side. Schuckman again intercepts the puck as Mahoney flubbed the cross-ice feed. Down to the final 15 seconds now in opening period action. Boyd to Mahoney. Walking in. Cross-ice feed. Boyd had space at the top of the left circle. His shot was wide. And the final seconds of the first period will tick away. The score at the end of 20 minutes, Colorado State 1, Delaware 0. We'll be back after the first intermission here on the Delaware Hockey Network.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Ryan Andor with his 11th goal of the season put the Colorado State Rams up 1-0 through the first 20 minutes. A look back at the lone goal of the game so far. Off that giveaway in the slot, Andor with the wraparound, backhanding the puck past Snellenberg. That was at 8:53 in the first period. A fresh sheet of ice, a fresh 20 minutes on the clock as we get ready to go for period number 2 here at the First State Showcase, inaugural edition of this event, hosted by the University of Delaware. And the teams, as per usual, will change ends for second period play as Chris Boyle gets ready to drop the puck on the penultimate period of action here this weekend. If you're just joining us on the 4-1-2, Colorado State moving left to right in the second period. Delaware from right to left in their home whites, and a shot off the post. Just seconds in to this second period, and the puck out of play. We restart at center with Bajsadecki slowed up at the red line, or rather that was Tommy Tracy slowed up at the red line. Puck thrown in and covered by Blackburn. Faceoff came to the left of Ethan Blackburn. And the Hens trying to maintain some attacking zone momentum. Do so with Tommy Tracy protecting the point. He shoveled the puck in deep. This was cleared by Doan. Icing waved off as Christian Collins won the foot race back to the goal line. A two-a-side battle developing in the near corner, and Boyd works the puck free from Riley Hunt-Bond. This is advanced to center by Brady Burke, backhanded the rest of the way up ice, and that enables the Hens to get some fresh legs on a minute in to the second period. Boyd to Bajsadecki. Back this comes to Boyd. Coughlin! Hey! Shoots and scores! The pride of the prairies, Cade Coughlin, pots his second of the season, and we are all knotted up, one aside. Here this comes again. It was Coughlin from Boyd and Bajsadecki with the secondary. The Calgary native gets his second of the year. And friends, we've got a brand new hockey game. Oh, Delaware goal! His second of the season. Scored by number 20, Cade Coughlin. Assisted by number 7, Finn Boyd. And number 29, Leighton Bajsadecki. Time of the goal, 1 minute 12 seconds in the second period. Coughlin second from Boyd and Bajsadecki at 1:12. The Panapresso shot was just off its mark. Cromwell picks up a loose puck behind his own net. He's swarmed by DeBolt. Turnover force. Panapresso looking for the go-ahead. His shot from the top of the near circle. Covered up and held by Blackburn. And that brings play to a halt with 17:21 to go in this second period. And Delaware's leveled the score. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides, sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch. Or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Guaranteed you'll be the first star of your next gathering. Race up ice for the puck between Ruel and Frithson. Frithson again, working behind the goal, trying to pitchfork the puck free. And Burke bobbles at the point. So the Hens will have to reset in neutral territory. Here 3 minutes and 25 seconds into the second period of a 1-1 hockey game. Frank and Mitchell at the center of this battle along with Simon Ruel. Puck is extracted and carried by Feinberg beyond center for Colorado State. He's hassled by Ruel. Good stick-on-stick contact there to force the giveaway, and Infanger fires a cross-ice pass the other direction. Shot from Burke and a save from Blackburn. Working our way to the 4-minute juncture of the second period. And Blake Neal clears the puck out of the Colorado State zone. Berg recovering for Delaware. Finds Tracy just above the blue line. Tracy throws this in from distance, and it's going to come back and icing. 15:47 to go here in period number 2. And the face-off will come to the right of Jacob Snellenberg. Von Felt dodges a check from Berg in the near corner. Puck comes loose. It's picked up by Weeks. Tied up again by Carrick Stevens near side before Bajsadecki's able to work it free. Bajsadecki floats this up the left wing boards from blue line to blue line. Neal brings it back into Colorado State control. Advanced by Stevens through traffic. Bajsadecki plays a body on him. Snellenberg with the freeze. And that'll bring action to a halt with 15:10 to go here in second period play. We're 1-1 from Fred Rust Arena. Schuckman joined to the circle by Mahoney. The boys in white unable to work free from that D-zone draw. Wraparound chance and a follow-up save from Snellenberg. And here we go. Vecchio and Norris and Rondeau all at the center of that net front scrum following a pair of rapid-fire Snellenberg stops. And the faceoff's going to stay inside with 14:53 to go in period number 2. So Mahoney and Schuckman migrate to the near faceoff circle. And Cade Coughlin just cleared. Puck comes back to Coughlin, who now carries it as far as center up the right wing boards. He lost his footing after dumping the puck in. Mackay Mitchell stripped of the vulcanized rubber by Vecchio. Schuckman can't take it away. It comes back to Vecchio. Shot on target, that's in! Delaware have taken the lead! Austin Vecchio with his 7th of the year. And the go-ahead for the Blue Hens. Comes 5:37 in the second period. This was held in by Tanner Mahoney. The feed to Vecchio. Gives the Hens the advantage. So Austin in for 7 on the season. And here we go. Oh, Delaware goal! His 7th of the season. Scored by number 22, Austin Vecchio! Assisted by number 36, Tanner Mahoney. Time of the goal, 5 minutes, 37 seconds in the second period. Vecchio's 7th from Mahoney at 5:37. Play action behind the Delaware net. Stretch pass well beyond the reach of Simon Ruel. Gathered in by Cromwell behind his own net for Colorado State. This taken away by Louis Ruel. Working behind the cage, played up to the point, waiting there was Bird. Infanger can't track down a bouncing puck. It ends up on the stick of Ryan Andor, the lone goal scorer for Colorado State. As we work beyond the 7-minute mark of the second period, Delaware's had the last 2. One from Coughlin, and then one from Vecchio. So after a bit of a sluggish beginning again here today, the Hens starting to put it together. Andor dodges one forward checker, but the second, Cody Diaz, forces the turnover. Bajsadecki pile driving toward the cage, ran out of space before he could get a quality shot away. Tied up behind the net, Bajsadecki couldn't carry him up to the point, and Jack Keller is forced back into his own zone by a good 10 feet to reset. Neal failed to break the puck out cleanly. Bajsadecki recovers for the Hens. Played across ice to Keller. He was on the good side of red to avoid the icing, and Tommy Tracy, under 2-ply resistance, chased down the puck but couldn't maintain it in Delaware control. Feinberg clears to center, and it's pushed on the rest of the way as the Rams change up. And Cody Diaz lofts this puck back to center, where it was gloved down by Mitchell. 11:23 to go in the second period. Delaware 2, Colorado State 1. As the Blue Hens have controlled the momentum a lot better here in the second period than they did in the early stages. And this Delaware team trying to make amends for a 9-5 loss to John Carroll, where they went down early 5-1, and despite the best efforts of Jacob Snellenberg and company, simply couldn't claw their way back. Boyd lazily floats the puck up ice. And Frithson, behind his own goal, sends this beyond center where Schuckman bats the puck into the near corner, chases it down. Got a shot away from an awkward angle. Snellenberg closed off the near post for the easy save. Here's a 2-on-2 coming back the other direction. Coughlin centering pass. He tried to find Vecchio. And the whistle of Charlie Van Kula sounds. Looks like we're going to be 4-on-4. Here's Charlie. I think we've got coincidentals here. If that's what we're getting from Charlie. Rudrow with a hook. And Vecchio off for embellishment. So we will be 4-on-4. For the next 2 minutes of hockey. The Colorado State penalty was assessed to number 18, Josh Rudrow, 2 minutes for hooking. Delaware penalty assessed to number 22, Austin Vecchio, 2 minutes for embellishment. Time of the penalties, 9 minutes, 40 seconds in the second period. Rudrow, 2 for hooking. Vecchio, 2 for embellishment. Both at 9:40 in the second period. Halfway there. After a pair of Snellenberg saves, the faceoff came to his right. And a puck battle develops to his left, which sees Tommy Tracy try to skate out of commotion. Tracy floats this up the far boards, but beyond the reach of Danny Berg. It's pulled back down by Doan, who gets the puck back from Mitchell. Advancing pass to Andor. Slowed up by Diaz as he tries to cut through the slot. Diaz finds Berg, solid 200-foot defenseman here. The Angelino working in deep, but Mitchell slowed him up at the top half of the near circle and forced a turnover in the Colorado State zone. Carrick Stevens beyond center. Tied up by Berg, who falls just inside the blue line. Coming back the other way for the Hens is Tommy Tracy just onside, said Chris Boyle. Tracy's wraparound chance did not go. And now the 28s at Andor exchanging a few words off that failed attempt for an insurance goal from the former Team Maryland forward. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has the tools you need to build bridges between your brand and the people you serve, ranging from broadcast to social, print to digital, and more. Want to know more? Head to 412communications.com and let's talk about how to get you noticed. Finn Boyd working high in the zone. He weaves one through. And it looked like it was Coughlin with the redirect to make this a 3-1 hockey game. The pride of the Prairies strikes again. And the Blue Hens with the spark they've been looking for a while. Get a multi-goal advantage. for the first time this weekend. Oh, Delaware goal! His third of the season and second of the game. Scored by number 20, Cade Coughlin. Assisted by number 7, Finn Boyd, and number 17, Andrew Lowe. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 30 seconds in the second period. Coughlin's third, second of the game from Boyd and Lowe at 11:30. It was an even strength goal. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 7, Finn Boyd, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 11 minutes, 50 seconds in the second period. Boyd, 2 for slashing at 11:50. So the Hens, after going up a pair on Colorado State, find themselves on the PK, and they're trying to maintain this aggressive momentum. Coughlin stepping up to play a major role here today, and so is Finn Boyd, but the Hens will have to do without him for the next 72 seconds. Hunt Bond, drop pass to Collins. Working in deep was Robert Grasso, but he was outmanned in the near corner. Hens with the long clear that made it on net. Frithson leaves the puck to Hunt Bond. Played back behind the net. Thrown in close by Lowe. And the net dislodged behind Blackburn. Brings about the stoppage in action. And Colorado State's going to take their timeout. So will we here on the Delaware Hockey Network.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Rams taking their timeout with just under 7 minutes to go in the second period. They've given up 3 unanswered goals. 49 seconds left with the man advantage. At a face-off coming to the left of Ethan Blackburn. After he dislodged the net behind that Andrew Lowe scoring chance. Rams win the draw. Frithson works the puck up ice to Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo led to a shot from Rudrow above the top of the slot, which sailed wide. And the Hens again clear with 25 to go on the Boyd slashing minor. 6.5 to go in the second period. Frithson to Von Felt, who gained the red line before floating the puck into the far corner. It comes back to Frithson by way of Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo, cross-slot feed. Rudrow tried to shoot from the top of the left circle, was well off his mark. Boyd is back on. Hens are full strength. This chance from Rudrow made it on net, and it's held by Snellenberg for a break and play with 6:03 to go in this second period at his Blue Hens on the strength of 20 saves so far from the graduate netminder out of Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania, with a 2-goal lead over the Rams in this final game of the First State Showcase in its inaugural edition. Sleds clears the zone but gives the puck right back to Delaware's Jack Keller. Cromwell confronted. Vecchio tried to center to Coughlin, looking for the hat trick. Winding up from the point was Weeks. Shot held by Blackburn for a pause. Another Weeks shot off the face-off. Blackburn bobbled it this time. He comes up with a secondary save. And Coughlin holds the point off. Another failed clear. Wow! Keller from the point. Vecchio with the redirect. That's 4 unanswered goals from Delaware. And their lead now is a comfortable 3. Here's another look at it. Coughlin left it across to Keller. And the net front tip from Austin Vecchio has made this a 4-1 hockey game. So for Vecchio, his first of the afternoon, makes it 7 on the season. Oh, Delaware goal! 7th of the season, scored by number 22, Austin Vecchio. Assisted by number 5, Jack Keller. And number 20, Cade Coughlin. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 37 seconds in the second period. Vecchio's 7th from Keller and Coughlin at 14:37. The shot from Cromwell was steered wide by Snellenberg for his 23rd save of the afternoon. Simon Ruel foiled at the point by the other 18, Josh Rudrow. And play is halted with 3:44 to go in this middle frame. The classic sounds of the Fred Rust Arena organist filling the host venue of the First State Showcase here late in the second period with the host team, the Delaware Blue Hens. Thanks to 4 unanswered goals with as much breathing room as they've had in quite some time. As we've seen, no shortage of offensive talent on this squad. But defensive breakdowns have led to some costly defeats. Here is shot from Connor Pietrangelo, stymied by Snellenberg. And an icing against the Hens will send them back in their own end with 3:01 to go in this second period. So some defensive breakdowns and some synergy issues that this young team still trying to get over and through. But it's been so far so good on this Sunday afternoon as the Hens try to wrap up the first state showcase on a winning note before heading into the stretch drive of their season. .240 to go in this second period. Hand pass called by Charlie Van Kula. This against Colorado State. And the draw comes to Blackburn's left with 2:37 to go. Bouncing puck in front, corralled by Coughlin. Plenty of traffic in front of him. He works this around to Thomas Weeks. That feed from Berg. Set up a block shot from Weeks. Here's Berg with a drive. Stopped by Blackburn from the top of the zone. Coughlin muscles the rebound back into Delaware control, but Weeks gave it away. Coughlin looking for the Hattie. Backhand shot on the doorstep. Held onto by Blackburn. At a pause in play. Comes with 2:05 to go here in the second period. Great chance for the Albertan to try to get his third on the day off this feed from Vecchio. But Ethan Blackburn aggressively at the top of the crease. Scrambled to make the stop. And the Rams work back to center with inside 2 minutes to go in the second. DeBolt off the breakout pass from Weeks. Works the puck in deep. Blake Neal tries to swat it out of the zone up the far boards, but he was foiled by Lowe. Final 90 in the second period. Feinberg blew a tire, but Doan protected. But he tried to work the puck to Frank up the near boards, to no avail. He was outnumbered at the blue line. Panapresso lets this go up the middle. Puck batted by Infanger over the line, picked up by Simon Ruel. Simon set up Infanger on the doorstep, but the last word here goes to Ethan Blackburn once again. 68 seconds to go here in the second period, a period that has been largely dominated by the Blue Hens. As they try to end this weekend on a positive note. Rudrow works the puck up ice to Von Felt. He throws it in from distance. And off that errant attempt, Louis Ruel advances the puck to Panapresso to get it back in behind the Colorado State goal. Big guns coming on for the last shift of this second period. Delaware with a 4 spot here in the middle frame to turn a 1-0 deficit into a 3-goal advantage. One-timer from Diaz denied by Blackburn. The backhand off the rebound was turned aside as well. Final chance, Josh Rudrow through traffic, stood up by a Bisadecki hip check, and that's going to do it for the second period. No, it isn't. 0.7 seconds to go. And off the play, Burke is going to go for a trip. Delaware penalty assessed to number 24, Brady Burke, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 19 minutes, 59 seconds in the second period. Burke 2 for tripping at 19:59. The score at the end of 2 periods. Delaware Blue Hens 4. Colorado State Rams 1. We'll be back after the second intermission on the Delaware Hockey Network.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
A 4-1 hockey game through 40 minutes. Delaware with one heck of a second period to make amends for a sluggish start. 2 goals each from Cade Coughlin and Austin Vecchio, and a look back at the second from each of them. Coughlin with a net front redirect of a Finn Boyd shot. That was the third for the Blue Hens. And then Austin Vecchio coming up with Delaware's fourth unanswered goal. It was this tip of a Jack Keller shot from the right point with 14:37 elapsed in the second period to give the Hens their fourth on the afternoon. And that second period fireworks muted a little bit here, as thanks to that late penalty in the second on Brady Burke, a tripping minor with 0.7 of a second to go. The home team kicks off the third on the PK. Ethan Blackburn steadies. Mackay Mitchell holds behind his net. But he tries to float the breakout pass toward Peter Angelo, but it's taken away by Danny Berg. Infanger, Lowe, and Boyd complete this quartet of Blue Hen penalty killers. And a minute into this third period, we're going to go 4-on-4 for the next 61 seconds. As Mackay Mitchell heads off for a hit from behind. Colorado State penalty assessed to number 8, Mackay Mitchell. 2 minutes for hitting from behind. Time of the penalty, 59 seconds in the third period. Mitchell, 2 for hitting from behind at 59 seconds. So a lengthy 4-on-4 stretch before us. Got a face-off to the left of Jacob Snellenberg after a Colorado State shot went up over the glass and out of play. Another puck out. 18-19 to go. Here in regulation, 19 seconds left on the 4-on-4. The face-off to resume play comes in the Colorado State zone. Mahoney, Tracy, Boyd, and Keller on currently. Tracy had 2 goals yesterday in Delaware's 9-5 defeat to John Carroll. That's been a pair each for Vecchio and Coughlin. Here on Sunday, as the Hens are looking to finish the weekend on a winning note. Here they're back on the Delaware Sports Medicine Power Play. DESportsmed.com, the place to go to learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities. Coughlin behind the net to Tracy. Flip back to Coughlin. Tied up and stripped of the puck by Frithson. Mahoney recovers for Delaware. Boyd across the line. Keller leaves us back to the point. Boyd, Tracy was locked and loaded for the one-timer, but a bit of a timing issue. He couldn't get the shot away. Colorado State clears, and Boyd leaves the puck back to Berg behind the net as the penalty to Mackay Mitchell expires. Just over 3 minutes behind us here in the third period from Fred Rust Arena. TJ Norris had a nose for that loose puck right above the blue paint, couldn't do anything with it. Cromwell across the line. Rudrow bobbled the puck, but he held the zone. Weeks lost sight of it. Turning and shooting was Sleds. That was off the post. That chance from Schuckman trailed through the top of the crease. Never had the angle it needed. That puck unabated. Trailed all the way into the near corner of the Delaware zone. Hens clear. And this is sent back to the Delaware blue line by Cromwell. Louis Ruel stymied in neutral territory. Cromwell to Sleds. He throws the puck in from distance, and Snellenberg will cover with 15:53 to go in this 4-1 contest. Advantage Blue Hens over the Rams of Colorado State. Neal just held the point. The Doan shot from the left point was blocked. Race on for the vulcanized rubber. Deep in Colorado State territory, Ty Doan gains it, advances to Stevens up the near boards. Centering pass, Von Felt was tied up at the tops of the circles and couldn't make anything happen. Simon Ruel to Baisadecki the other way. Long shot, a two-hopper in. On net, held on to for the pause in play by Ethan Blackburn with 15:22 to go in regulation. That bump and run couldn't get past. And the Blue Hens maintain their 3-goal advantage. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these guys or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend and a new membership program to help you achieve peak performance through exercise training, through nutrition training, nutrition coaching, I should say, and other services, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. DESportsmed.com, the place to go to learn more. Panapresso sails the puck across to Diaz, who was astride center before directing it into the Colorado State end, so no icing to worry about on the part of Delaware. 5.5 minutes gone in the third period. Hens 4, Rams 1. From Fred Rust Arena in the final game of the 2026 First State Showcase, an ACHA event that has brought 6 teams here to the First State for an action-packed weekend of college hockey, and man, have we had some good matchups over the past 48 hours. Here is Snellenberg's save, his 26th. Coughlin and Vecchio, they've both got 2. The cross-slot pass was broken up by Cromwell. An A-grade chance disintegrates between the train tracks, and the Hens can't get a 5th. Berg airmails the puck to Coughlin up the near boards. He directs it again into the near corner of the Colorado State zone. where this was played out by Ty Doan. Boyd with time and space to DeBolt. Up ice to Andrew Lowe. Drop pass, Cronin. Fan to the one-timer. And here's a 3-on-3 the other way for the Rams. Norris's shot from the near half wall was sticked offline by Burke. Cronin gains the puck. He floats it up the middle. Boyd to Lowe. Stepping in over the line, shooting. And this is covered up by Blackburn. 12:45 to go. Hens have come back with a vengeance after that early trouble this weekend. They stayed right in it through the first. Good grit, good compete level, despite going down 1-0. And they fired on the afterburners in the second. A pair of goals from Coughlin, a pair from Vecchio, a try from Infanger just now was blocked. Scrum for the loose puck. We've got a man down. It is Frithson slow to his feet after a blocked shot. And working forward now is Connor Schuckman for Colorado State. He gained the red line before skying the puck off the back glass behind Snellenberg. This will come back and icing. 11:59 to go. Here in regulation. Hens with a 4-1 advantage on the face-off to the left of Jacob Snellenberg, who's been the cornerstone. With 26 saves on 27 shots. Bajsadecki clears off the boards. Tracy couldn't gain the puck beyond center. Cromwell fed it to Grasso. Back into the Delaware end. 8.5 minutes behind us in third period play. Stevens double teamed. Turned the puck over at center. It was thrown in again by Berg. Rudrow waiting behind his own cage. Works the puck up ice. He tried to connect beyond center with Von Felt. That pass broken up. But the Rams regained in neutral territory, and a long shot was easily paddled away by Snellenberg. Vecchio taken off his feet at center. Stevens regains the puck, but he can't traverse the blue line. Back comes Mahoney in a 2-on-3. He and Vecchio keep the pressure on, so does Weeks. The other Hens change up. But finding themselves outnumbered, the Hens give way. Doan fired a diagonal pass to Collins. His shot from the far half wall was errant, but Snellenberg played into the near corner out of harm's way. John Cronin on his horse looking for goal number 2. Didn't get it. Quick release shot was well wide. And this comes back to Burke at his own line for Delaware. This turned back by Ty Doan into the Delaware end. Burke leaves it across to Finn Boyd. Advanced to Lowe at center, taken away from him by Doan. Boyd meets Doan and again forces the Colorado State side to regroup in the neutral zone. Andrew Lowe couldn't bulldoze his way through traffic. He's stripped of the puck by Mackay Mitchell. Lowe recovers. DeBolt, time and space. Here he comes. Across to Lowe. Shot, the one-timer was off its line. Battle for the rebound develops in the far corner with 9.5 minutes to go. And Pepe Armetta signals a hold with 9 minutes and 28 seconds to go here in regulation, and it's going to go against Delaware's Andrew Lowe. So Lowe heads off. And Colorado State find themselves back on the advantage. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 17, Andrew Lowe. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 10 minutes, 32 seconds of the third period. Lowe. 2 for holding at 10:32. This will come back an icing. Against Colorado State, a costly one to say the least, as that seriously stunts their power play momentum with 26 seconds gone from the man advantage. Chance to Bolt is in for the draw across from Collins. Mackay Mitchell couldn't break free. Pietrangelo advances the puck to Collins. Dropped off to the right point, and Grasso. It's played in behind the net. Collins feeds to Pietrangelo. It comes back to Collins. These two confronted by Keller, who intercepts the pass. And this is tipped just to the line by Coughlin, but not out. Sam Skripko says play was good. Indeed it was, as the Rams held the line. Andor opens fire. Puck deflected up into the netting and out. 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Ends with a 4-1 lead over Colorado State, and the Rams do gain an attacking zone faceoff. With 52 seconds remaining on the Lowe holding minor. Burke steals the puck. He winds up. And he launches this 200 feet from our left to our right. Frithson, cross-ice pass, unable to chase it down was Riley Hunt-Bond. Again, Burke from his own blue line drives it deep into the Colorado State end, where Stevens will try again. Von Felt stood up at center. Got the puck in behind the Delaware goal. Just tied up in the far corner with 7:45 remaining in regulation. Diaz lost his footing, but he's able to paddle the puck from behind his own blue line the rest of the way up ice again. 6 seconds left on the Lowe minor. Berg, with that release in the final seconds of the shorthanded situation, caps an effective Delaware penalty kill. And with 7:20 to go, the Hens still with 3 goals of breathing room over the Rams in the final game of the 2026 First State Showcase, inaugural edition of this event, put on by the American Collegiate Hockey Association. And what a pleasure it has been to bring it to all of you coast to coast across North America all weekend long. The drop pass to Berg from Vecchio was intercepted. Hunt-Bond steers the puck off the far boards. This is cleared back to center by Ty Doan. Off the play, Hunt-Bond and Vecchio tied up. And the management's going to ring up Vecchio with 6 minutes and 44 to go here in regulation. Let's see what Pepe's got to say. Holding. So a hold on Vecchio. Puts the Hens back on their heels. They're shorthanded for the next 120. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 22, Austin Vecchio. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes, 16 seconds in the third period. Vecchio, 2 for holding at 13:16. Another Blackburn save. And Delaware gain an attacking zone faceoff after that end-to-end fast break. Low overpowered over the circle. Mitchell advances the puck up the left wing boards. This is spun out by Panapresso. Back up the far wall where Blackburn steadies for Christian Collins, and we're down to the final 6. Mitchell dishes this off to Peter Angelo up the left wing wall. Burke offered good resistance on that shot from distance. Airborne puck bounces back into the neutral zone where Christian Collins recovers for Colorado State. Andor up the left dots, hacked at by Coughlin. Couldn't get beyond 15 feet inside the Delaware zone. Hens again clear, 5.5 to go in this 4-1 hockey game. The home team so far so good. After an overtime loss to Grand Canyon on Friday, and after being upset soundly by John Carroll 9-5 on Saturday, the Delaware side have certainly done a lot right here on closing day of the First State Showcase. Stevens waits for Von Felt to tag back up, but some commotion at the blue line forces the turnover. And Brady Burke clears back to center. Doan rifles the puck back in. It caroms to the far corner, where Finn Boyd is met by Colorado State's Carrick Stevens. That battle prolonged. Hens with a long clear. Blackburn out of the crease. Plays the puck on. That's enough to negate the icing, said Chris Boyle. 4.5 to go in a 4-1 contest. Hens trying to keep the pressure on in the Colorado State zone and burn as much time as possible. Keller with the takeaway. Charlie Van Koola with the whistle. What have we got? Vecchio, or rather Coughlin, doesn't like the call. Off for a hit from behind with 4:14 remaining. And the face-off will be to the left of Jacob Snellenberg to start this Delaware PK. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 20, Cade Coughlin. 2 minutes for hitting from behind. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes, 46 seconds in the third period. Coughlin, 2 for hitting from behind at 15:46. 3:45 to go. Delaware up 4-1 over Colorado State. Keller and Panapresso holding down the back end of that first wave of the penalty kill, succeed in clearing. Peter Angelo leads an odd man rush back in up the left wing boards. Shot on net. Steered wide by Snellenberg into the far corner. And again, the Blue Hens clear. Burke extracts his stick from the reach of Peter Angelo. Meanwhile, at the other end of the rink, Cameron Cromwell surveys his options and looks for a deliberate breakout here with 3 minutes to go and 3 goals for his Rams to make up. Sleds Cross ice feed, ricochets off the backboards. Rudrow pinched to the corner in pursuit of the puck by Boyd. This is gained by Lowe, who winds up and clears. Blackburn again steadies, 2:35 to go. Cromwell leaves us to his right and Hunt Bond. Weeks clogging up the slot. Intercepts the headman feed. Cody Diaz gains the puck. He winds up and clears from midway in his own end. And the penalty to Coughlin has successfully been killed off. Final 125. Tracy played the body by Sadecki, surrounded by green sweaters. Couldn't do anything with the puck after the turnover. Weeks fires the puck over the blue line. It comes right back off the Rudrow stick. Weeks slowed up right in front of the Colorado State bench. Puck comes near side where it's swatted by Tracy from center. In behind the Colorado State goal once again. 100 to go from Fred Rust Arena. Doan foiled by Mahoney at center. Bajsadecki's backhand sends the puck skittering in behind the goal. Blackburn covers the puck after it bounces toward him. And with 82 seconds remaining, Tracy and Schuckman have to be separated by the linespeople. Big thanks to everybody behind the scenes. Who have made this weekend possible. Our videographers today, Evie Hill, and assistant producer Broadway Joe Sindoni. Our production assistant, the stat man himself, Eli Swope, handling public address duty. For the games at Gold Arena, Mark McClure, our technical director. Jordan Hirsch, Anthony Salvato, Trey Wright, our commentators, also handling some videography duty here and there. Saunders Penn, Ryan Warner, Molly Jo Rosen back in LA, rather back in Lexington now, I should say. And an icing against the Blue Hens will bring us to the final 44 seconds of First State Showcase 2026. Face off to Snellenberg's left. And it goes the way of the Hens. Gibbons chips the puck ahead to Vecchio, looking for the hat trick. No, he's stonewalled by Ethan Blackburn. Final 23. Puck tied up directly behind the Colorado State net. Peter Angelo tries to dig it free. That was Mac Feinberg, who dug the puck out of the pack behind his own net. He sends it up ice to Brady Burke. Final 5 seconds. Burke clears, and that, friends, will do it. The final score, Delaware Blue Hens 4, Colorado State Rams 1. Final shots on goal. Delaware 33, Colorado State 30. Fans, it's time for the Sid's Barbecue and Jerky 3 stars of the game. Today's third star with 2 goals for Delaware, number 22, Austin Vecchio. The number 2 star with 2 goals and an assist for Delaware, number 20, Cade Coughlin. And the number 1 star, backstopping the Hens to victory with 29 saves, number 35, Jacob Snellenberg. To everyone joining us from all across North America this weekend for the inaugural First State Showcase, thank you for your company here in Newark, Delaware the past 3 days, and we wish you all safe travels home and best of luck for the rest of the season. And for everyone joining us here on the 412 and the Delaware Hockey Network all weekend long, it has been an absolute pleasure bringing you the inaugural edition of the ACHA First State Showcase. On behalf of the entire crew, James Witherite saying thank you all for your company these past 3 days as we bring you a look back at the highlights of Delaware's 4-1 win over Colorado State to bring this weekend's showcase to a close. Hens back on home ice Friday against Syracuse, game time 6:15 Eastern. Until then, James Witherite signing off. We'll catch you on the flip side. Good night from the Delaware Hockey Network, brought to you by the Law Office of Heather A. Long.